The United States is sending a second aircraft carrier to the Middle East, which just happens to be the largest aircraft carrier in the entire world, the USS Gerald R. Ford. Now, this comes as tensions between Iran and the United States reach a boiling point. Here's what President Trump had to say about the ongoing negotiations.
We have to make a deal, otherwise it's going to be very traumatic. Very traumatic. I don't want that to happen, but we have to make a deal. They should have made a deal the first time, and they got Midnight Hammer instead. And this will be very traumatic for Iran if they don't make a deal. Look, if they don't make a deal, then it'll be a different story. But we had a very good meeting yesterday with Bibi Netanyahu, and he understands, but it's ultimately up to me. If the deal isn't a very fair deal and a very good deal with Iran, then it's going to be, I think, a very difficult time for them in the back. I guess over the next month, something like that. Yeah, shouldn't take, I mean, it should happen quickly. They should agree very quickly. Yeah.
All right, I'm joined by CBN's Billy Hollowell. Billy, what do you think about this maneuver by the U.S. government?
I think the U.S. government is essentially saying under the Trump administration that we are not going to stand by while this chaos continues. We've seen a lot happen in the Middle East in the last couple of years. We've seen Iran actually, send missiles and actually ignite war with Israel. We've seen a number of troubling patterns that tell us that this sort of sitting by and waiting approach is not working, and it has not been working, and things have only intensified. So I think what you see here is a real attempt to get to an actual agreement that hopefully can thwart any future antics like what we've been seeing. But you also see that desperation inside of Iran, right? We've seen the people rising up. And so it really is a powder keg inside Iran. And you have to wonder, how is the government going to react to that pressure? And so I think what the Trump administration is doing is saying, look, again, we are not going to sit here and wait. We are going to take moves, make moves, and put pressure on them. And so it's definitely a departure from what we've seen from other administrations, and it will be interesting to see where it all lands.
And it's multi-layered, right? Speaking to a lot of my Iranian contacts, people that are in touch with their Iranian family and friends in Iran, they actually don't want a deal to be made. They want this demonic, as they call it, brutal Islamic regime to fall because of, a myriad of reasons, none the least, the massacres that have happened recently with the protesters. So here you have, I guess, three options. One, a deal is made. Two, no deal is made. And then three, the deal is made, but actually the organic stirring of the people of Iran, the Persian people, is actually quelled because then the government is allowed to stay in place. So there's a lot happening, and obviously it's easy to play, the Twitter armchair quarterback where we feel like we have all the answers. And I think what's important for us, and this is just my personal opinion, is to realize that there's a lot at play here. And so that as Christians, we should be praying for wisdom, regardless of what you think of him, for our president, for our military, for those who are making decisions here, because this is going to have massive consequences around the world. So as these decisions are being made, let us pray that wisdom, biblical wisdom, whatever that might look like, would prevail here, and that chaos and confusion wouldn't take the day, and that there be a way for the people of Iran to have freedom. There's a lot at play here, and for anyone to claim that they feel like they have all the answers, I feel like that might be short-sighted. So I think what's incumbent upon us, sitting back at home, is simply to pray that those who are in power would make wise, godly decisions in this moment of chaos.